So today we are going to see the pure capacitor circuit. So when pure capacitor is connected to the AC supply, single phase AC supply, how it behaves, let's see. So in pure capacitive circuit, the circuit containing only a pure capacitor of capacitance C farad is known as a pure capacitor circuit. The capacitor काय झालं? Any problem? पेज दिसत नाहीये. Any problem? Any problem?
No problem.
Okay. So let's repeat. The circuit containing only a pure capacitor of capacitance C farad is known as a pure capacitor circuit. The capacitor stores electrical power or electrical energy in the form of electric field, and this effect is known as capacitance, and this capacitor is also called as the condenser. So see here, the sentence indicates that the capacitor stores the energy in the form of electrical field. In pure inductor, the inductor stores the energy in the form of magnetic field. Okay, so it may have the fill in the blank in your exam. Okay, so let's have the look. So in pure capacitive circuit, we have applied the voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t. This applied voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t, it is single phase AC supply, which is denoted by a sinusoidal notation in the circle. So it is a sine supply. Okay, it is AC supply and it is having two terminals. One is called phase, another one is called neutral. So it is single phase AC supply. This supply voltage supplies the current I, which is flowing through the capacitor. Now we want to derive the equation of current from the given applied voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t. Now let's see how. The alternating voltage applied to the circuit is given by the equation V equal to Vm sin omega t, that is equation number 1. By using the relationship in capacitor with the charge of the capacitor at any time instant is given as Q equal to Cv. As Q equal to Cv, the current flow through the capacitor is equal to I equal to dq by dt. So if I is equal to dq by dt and Q is equal to Cv, by putting the value of Q in the equation of current, we will get I is equal to d by dt of Cv. Now here we will put the value of V, that is V equal to Vm sin omega t. So I'll get I d upon dt. C, the value of V is Vm sin omega t. So we will take Vm and C constant. We will take the derivative of sin omega t. The derivative of sin omega t with respect to t, it will be what? It will be cos omega t divided by omega. Sorry, cos omega t into omega. So it is omega times cos omega t. So this omega times cos omega t is having the constant. We will see omega c is one term into Vm into cos omega t. Now this omega c term, which is in multiplication with Vm, I'll take the inverse of that and I'll take it in the denominator. So I'll take Vm divided by 1 upon omega c. Why I did so, I'll tell you later. Okay, but expressing omega c into Vm is nothing but Vm divided by 1 upon omega c. Okay, the meaning is one and the same. And then it is cos waveform transferring into sine. We are adding plus pi by 2. So it is sin omega t plus pi by 2. Now there are two things we are getting from this particular equation, that the current is going to have a phase angle. That phase angle is 90 degree, that is pi by 2, and that too it is positive. Okay, so it is positive 90 degree. Now tell me that positive 90 degree, what kind of information you will have? Yes, okay, current is leading current with respect to voltage by 90 degree, because voltage is at V equal to Vm sin omega t. So if voltage is at reference condition, the current is going to lead it by 90 degree. Now second information is what? That Vm upon 1 upon omega c term is going to be indicated by the reactance. Okay, so 1 upon omega c, again I will show it in the terms of reactance. And this 1 upon omega c the term is called as the Xc, and that Xc term is called as the capacitive reactance. So in inductor, we have seen inductive reactance, that is XL, and XL is equal to omega L, that is equal to 2 pi FL. But Xc is called as the opposition offered to the flow of alternating current by the capacitance of a capacitor. So that this opposition is called as the reactance, and as this reactance is offered by the capacitor, this Xc term is called as the capacitive reactance. So what is the difference between Xc and XL? Xc is capacitive reactance, XL is inductive reactance. XL is equal to omega L, but Xc is equal to 1 upon omega C. Please do not do any mistake while writing the formula of XL and Xc. XL is equal to omega L and Xc is equal to 1 upon omega C. So formula of Xc is 1 upon 2 pi Fc and formula of XL is 2 pi Fl. Okay. So Xc is called as the opposition offered to the flow of alternating current by a pure capacitor. So it is called as a capacitive reactance. So that the value of Im in pure capacitive circuit, the value of Im in pure capacitive circuit is given by Vm upon Xc. So now there are three values of Im we have seen till now. In pure resistive circuit, the value of Im is Vm upon R. In pure inductive circuit, the value of Im is Vm upon XL. And in pure capacitive circuit, the value of Im is Vm upon Xc. Okay. So by using this value of Im, we can write the equation of I is equal to Im sine of omega t plus pi by 2. So this is the final equation of current, is going to give me that the current which we are getting in a pure capacitor circuit is a leading current, and that current is going to lead the voltage by an angle 90 degree, and this 90 degree angle is anti-clockwise, so that it is a positive angle, so that we are getting the leading relationship of current with respect to the voltage at reference axis. So let's have the waveforms. Okay, as V equal to Vm sin omega t, so voltage waveform which is in blue color, it's going to start its positive half cycle at omega t equal to 0. But the current waveform is the leading waveform, it's the leading current, so it is going to start its positive half cycle before omega t equal to 0. And how much before? 90 degree before, because the angle is pi by 2. So the current waveform is going to start its positive half cycle before 90 degree with respect to omega t equal to 0. So that we are telling that current is a leading waveform than the voltage waveform, or with respect to voltage waveform. Similarly, if voltage is at reference position, then the current is going to lead by 90 degree, which is going to be represented in the phasor diagram. Okay. So the phase angle between the I and V is 90 degree, and that too positive. So we are giving the comment that current leads voltage by 90 degree. Now this the phasor diagram is with respect to voltage at reference position. But if I am taking current as a reference position, then I am going to get the voltage phasor moved in clockwise direction by 90 degree. So when the current is coming at reference position, the voltage phasor is going to lag it, or going to lag the current by 90 degree. And with respect to the relationship of voltage and current, the equations are V equal to Vm sin omega t and I equal to Im sin omega t plus phi. So phi is equal to 90 degree. So whenever we are taking voltage as a reference, we are going to write the equation of voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t, and with respect to that voltage equation, we are going to write the equation of current. So in pure resistive circuit, as current was in phase with voltage, we have written the equation of current I equal to Im sin omega t. In pure inductive circuit, the current was lagging the voltage. So with respect to voltage equation Vm sin omega t, in pure inductive circuit, we have written the equation of current I equal to Im sin of omega t minus phi, and phi was pi by 2 in pure inductive circuit. In pure capacitive circuit, as the voltage is at reference axis, So we are writing V equal to Vm sin omega t, and the equation of the current we are writing I equal to Im sin omega t plus pi, where again pi is equal to pi by 2 in pure capacitive circuit. So comparing the equations of current in pure resistive circuit, inductive circuit and capacitive circuit, in the pure resistive circuit the equation of the current does not have any phase angle, pi is equal to 0. In pure inductive circuit, the equation of current is having the phase angle phi, and that is negative, and that negative angle is going to indicate that current is lagging. And in pure capacitive circuit, the equation of current I is going to have the phase angle phi positive, and that positive phase angle is going to give that the current leads voltage. I hope everyone understood the relationship of current between pure resistive circuit, inductive circuit and capacitive circuit. Okay. Now let's have the power. The power in pure C circuit. As the current waveform has already started its positive half cycle before 90 degree with respect to omega t equal to 0. So at omega t equal to 0, the current is having a positive peak value. And the voltage waveform is going to start its positive half cycle at omega t equal to 0. Now let's have a look at the period 0 to pi by 2. 0 to pi by 2. So from the period 0 to pi by 2, the current waveform is positive half cycle, that is the decreasing part of positive half cycle. And in between 0 to pi by 2, the voltage waveform is going to have increasing part of positive half cycle. So both voltage and current waveforms are positive. Their instantaneous values are positive. So the power, which is the product of voltage and current, as voltage values are also positive and current values are also positive, so positive into positive we are going to have the positive product. So that the power curve in 0 to pi by 2 period, it is positive. Now let's have a look from pi by 2 to pi. From pi by 2 to pi, the voltage waveform is positive, that is a decreasing part of a positive half cycle. But from the period pi by 2 to pi, the current waveform is a negative half cycle. So as current is negative, voltage is positive, the product power becomes negative. So from pi by 2 to pi, the power curve is negative. Similarly, the same concept from pi to 3 pi by 2. Okay. One current is negative, another voltage is also negative, both negative. Okay. So we are going to have the power curve positive, and from 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, the current is positive but the voltage is negative, so power becomes negative. Okay, so this is the power curve in pure capacitive circuit. Now let's have a look of instantaneous power derivation. Now to derive the instantaneous power, we are taking the product of voltage into current, that is instantaneous voltage into instantaneous current. So instantaneous voltage Vm sin omega t and instantaneous current it is Im sin omega t plus pi by 2. So we will take Vm into Im sin omega t plus pi by 2, the term I will write cos omega t. Again I will take 2 in numerator in multiplication and 2 in denominator. So we will write Vm Im divided by 2, that denominator 2 I will write root 2 into root 2 term, and here I will write 2 into sin omega t cos omega t. So that 2 times sin omega t cos omega t term I will replace by sin 2 omega t. Now here the term is only one, that is a single term, and that too it is a double frequency component. So the instantaneous power equation is a double frequency component. So whenever I will take the average value of the power, and to take that average value of the power, I will integrate this quantity from 0 to pi. And because I am taking the integration from 0 to pi, now you can easily see the period 0 to pi is going to cover the full cycle of a power curve. As it is taking the full cycle of a power curve, the instantaneous values under positive half cycle is going to add with the instantaneous values of a negative half cycle. So the positive instantaneous values are going to cancel with negative instantaneous value when we are taking the integration, or when we are adding the instantaneous values of a power curve from 0 to pi. So the values are total values are coming equal to 0. So the average value of the power in pure capacitive circuit is also equal to 0, same as pure inductive circuit. So pure inductive circuit and pure capacitive circuits, they don't consume any power. They are lossless circuits. Whatever the energy they stored, the same energy they discharge in the discharging phenomenon. Only pure resistive circuit is a lossy part. The pure resistive circuit consumes average power, and that average power formula is Vrms into Irms, or you can say Irms square into R also, that is I square R. Okay, but I is Irms. Let's see. Okay, whereas in pure inductive and pure capacitive circuit, the average value of the power is always equal to 0. Okay, so this is the power in pure capacitive circuit.